What do you think about this?
That's fine.
Fine? Okay. Alrighty. Okay, good morning. Thanks for coming. This is our in-class ELO, so it's a little bit different than the independent ones. Those students are out doing 40 hours and I just meet with them in between classes. But we get to spend some time together as a group, which has been really fun. In class, we do some different activities, talking about kind of job readiness skills. And they all did very different things. Some did projects, some had like internships outside of the class. Caleb worked with the Celtics, so I'm excited for them to share what they did this morning. And we'll have Destiny take it off. Yeah, and then you can just use that button to click through. Just
Which button?
the down button on the computer right there to go through. Okay. And then just mindful of the cord.
Hello, everybody. I'm Destiny Peter. I'm a senior, and I'm going to take you through my ELO exploration this semester. So I did an ELO last year as well. I decided to do one this year because I thought it was fun and enjoyable. And from the past, it inspired me to come back because of the freedom that I had within the class and the just independence in the class. Some skills that I wanted to gain this year was public speaking, motivation to be consistent, and time management. I was able to work on my public speaking by speaking at the board meeting for the school, which was nice. Motivation to be consistent, it was okay. I wasn't always motivated to be consistent, but at times I tried to. And then time management, it could be better. My exploration this semester was all over the place, but it was pretty interesting and pretty fun. My first place that I went to was an art therapist. It was a very interesting experience. I saw a lot of there was a lot of toys within her facility, and it was really cool because people could pick out which type of characters represented them the most. And then I also went to an art therapy place in South Portland. I got to overview what some of the physical therapists did in their day-to-day lives, which was nice. I also went to a radiology job shadow where I got to see all types of radiology jobs, which was nice, and it allowed me to pick the ones that I was interested in. I also went to Maine Medical to job shadow. I decided to do ultrasound and MRI. I decided that MRI was probably something I was more interested in, and ultrasound was less interesting than MRI. And then I finally focused on cake art. I like baking, so I feel like it's a way to enjoy it and also be creative within it. My project overview this semester was to create something flower themed. I originally wanted to do pipe cleaner flowers on the right side over there, but I decided I kind of wanted something edible as well. So I decided to go for a cupcake bouquet of flowers, and the frosting was decorated like flower petals. Some research I did in this process was researching videos about how to make the bouquet of flowers. I also learned frosting techniques best frosting types. I learned timing for baking cupcakes, and I planned to get supplies earlier, but I got them last minute, which was kind of a challenge that I discovered through this process. So I don't know if you can see over there, but this is what I made. Oh, oopsies.
I'll eat it.
Oops. So for the process of this, I needed a base for it, so I decided to use like my oatmeal container for the bottom for it. And then I stapled cups together, and then I put a plate in the middle so that it had a base. And then this one, I wrapped the whole structure with bouquet flower wrapping. And then I decided to decorate the cupcakes that I made with the frosting. And then I just made a border with like wrapping paper as well. Skills and growth included developing decorating skills, boosting my creativity, growing more confident about career interests and my personal values. I interviewed Steve from Cakes Extraordinaire, and he helped me get an insight of what it's like being a cake decorator. I figured that I would like to have maybe cake decorating on the side, but not as a full career. And my biggest takeaway is making customers happy matters more than making the best cake. I also learned that kindness and good customer service allows relationships to be built within the company. And I saw how he handled unhappy customers through refunds and professionalism. For career insight, some skills that aligned with my project was creativity, people skills, and business values. And then some skills that I can improve on is patience, discipline, and executing plans on time. Challenges included timing, which was pretty hard to manage because I did everything last minute. I had to debate on whether I wanted to figure out if I cared more about the taste or about the look. To be honest, it's not really that edible because it doesn't taste that good, but it looks good. And another one was comparing my own creativity to the pictures that I saw. I had to figure out a way to include my own creativity and not just copy from what I saw online. And then staying on my own schedule was pretty difficult, and I overcame these by adjusting my plans and practicing and prioritizing my tasks. What worked well was creating a timeline to help me stay organized, being creative in my own way, and being determined to get my work done, and also both hands-on and self-directed learning helped me as well. Thank you to Ms. Carlisle and Steve for guidance and mentorship. And this experience reinforced my desire to help people in my future career, and maybe cake decorating can remain a creative side hustle. Is there any questions?
I'm just like baffled, like that's so good. Did you have anyone help you with that, or was that all just your research and you going to town?
That was all me.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you had two very different like things
Mhm.
you were looking at, right? Like medical piece and then some more creative
Mhm.
stuff like the cake decorating and the art therapy. So you said that would be more like a side hustle.
Mhm.
What is like the path that you want to pursue?
I definitely want to pursue a career in radiology.
Awesome.
I'm planning on doing maybe an internship next semester and just getting more experience in that field.
Do you think that this experience helped you like, solidify that?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
This is a less important question. What's the best kind of frosting?
Ooh.
Buttercream
Buttercream.
frosting.
Yes, not cream cheese.
Thank you.
How long did it take you to make that impression?
2 days. Because I did the outside of it Monday, and then I did the cupcake decorating yesterday.
Did a great job with it.
Thank you.
Destiny, I just wanted to make a comment because I feel really lucky to have had you for 2 semesters in a row and maybe even a third. You have grown so much as an individual, and your public speaking abilities and like the way you just presented right there was really phenomenal, especially for a high school student. So just very proud of all the growth that you have made in the past year. So well done. Jesse, you're next. I'm gonna hand these, and you can just pass them to each other. I'll put one on each side. This is a copy of Jessley's project, so you can see what she designed. Do you need me to show you how to do it, or do you know how? Yeah, just click down to switch through each one.
My project is about pharmacy and how to become a pharmacy technician. What inspired me to pursue an ELO is that I wanted to learn new things. Some skills I wanted to develop during my ELO are problem solving and resolve conflict.
Jessley, can I ask you one favor? Can you face us? Because this room is horrible with sound. So when you're facing the other way, your voice projects and that we can't hear it as well.
My project is a brochure for high school to learn how to become a pharmacy technician. It tells them what pharmacy techs do, what education they need, what the salary is, and advice to become one. Why I did this project is because I wanted to learn what pharmacy technicians do and how they make medicines. My interview was with Natasha Coffin. She works at a medical center as a pharmacy technician. And I'm still interested in this job. I'm still interested, but it makes me nervous because it's stressful. What I like about it is that they help people. The challenges I faced developing this project, that it was a big project and I didn't know how to start or come up with an idea. I needed help figure out how to organize the project. What worked well is that I'm good at using Canva and designs and taking good notes during my interview. What are some ways that the community partners helped me is by being really honest about what it's like to work in the pharmacy. Did this learning model work well for me? Yes, it did, because I like talking to real people about their jobs. It was a little hard doing a job, a project, and having to come up with the ideas and steps with the project myself. I thank Natasha Coffin and Postal Pharmacy for helping me and meeting with me. My future plan is that I'm going to go to college, and I'm not sure if I want to study about pharmacy yet, because it's like really stressful, and I don't know if I want to do that type of job yet.
did your interest come from with pharmacy? Like, why were you interested in looking into that and researching it?
I've been wanting to do pharmacy since I was like in elementary school.
Oh, okay.
And I learned about it, but like it seems really stressful, so I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
What are some ways that it is stressful?
Like how you have to deal with the people and stuff.
If you were to actually go into this field and do this, how would you cope with the stress? Like, did you have like plans on how you would do that, or?
Yeah, I guess I do have plans. I mean, it depends on the people you deal with.
Question. You got to go visit Coastal Pharmacy and you came back and you were really excited about the environment. What did you like about it?
I liked how they made the medicines and like how they make the lotion and stuff. But it's like a bunch of drug stuff, so.
Nice job, Jessie. All right, Katie, you're up next. Can I hand this out while you're up there?
It's not stapled or
It's not stapled here. Maybe I'll.
It might not staple.
It's too big. Give me 1 second, one. Take a quick one. Hand that out. All right. Whenever you're ready, Katie.
Which button is it?
You just, I think it's the same for Canva.
I'm a junior. My name is Katie Johnson, and for my ELOs, I did journalism and guitar. So for my project, I made a magazine about like rock music, because I wanted to combine like both my journalism and like my guitar playing interests together, and also make it like creative and like yeah. I did all like the research and the editing for each page, and I used Procreate to make all the pages, and then I just like printed them out and put them all together. And it helped me learn like how to do research and how to like compile all of the information and just like yeah. For my interview, I interviewed Tracy Guns from LA Guns, which is like a band that started in 1988, and he also helped form Guns N' Roses, but he left before they like got big. From the interview, it still made me interested in like guitar playing and even like being in other fields of the music industry or being like behind the scenes kind of jobs instead of like actually playing. And I think my skills and values are aligned with it because it's also like a creative type of career, and it involves a lot of like independence and like I said, like creativity. And my biggest takeaway of the interview was to like have your own personality and stand out in order to like succeed and get big. My reflection from my ELO was that the biggest struggle was like figuring out what I wanted to do, because I first shadowed at a dog grooming place and it just wasn't really for me. And then I started experimenting with journalism and guitar playing, and that was what worked for me. And then I mostly had help from like family and teachers to make my ELO, especially with the magazine. And I think like the learning model for ELO helped me a lot, and it was just good for me to like learn, and it was a good way of learning. Thank you to Ms. Carlisle and Tracy and everyone else who has helped me with my ELO, and my future plans are to focus on more like journalism and maybe go to college for it.
like your photos and stuff with technology.
Yes.
Do you think that like once you do like study it or go further into it, you'd like to like mix them or like keep them separate? Or like just yeah, that's a good question.
I think I'd want to mix them. Like whatever I do with journalism, I'd want to make it creative and like keep that kind of like artistic like part of it.
You're good at it, so you can do it.
How did you get connected with the individual that you interviewed?
I just emailed him.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for you. Cool.
Awesome. What type of guitar? Do you play guitar? Like,
Not as like often as I used to, but I do have one. I should have put a picture of it in the presentation.
when did you start playing?
Like I think I got my guitar like 2 years ago, and my brother also plays guitar, so I kind of like got it from him.
I just want to make a comment on your independence because sometimes I have to like really help students find their path and find their connections, and you really did all of this by yourself. Like printing this out today, that's the first time I've seen it. You cannot rely on me for any help with that. So when you say you could succeed in an independent career, that is totally spot on for you, and it's very impressive.
That's great.
Can't wait to look at it more.
Alright, good morning everybody. So today my presentation is about my experience interning at Pape Subaru for the last 4 months, and I'm going to present about what I've learned and about all my experiences with that. So my name is New Debra and I'm a senior. My inspiration to pursue an ELO was preparing for a future in the automotive engineering industry and developing a more refined understanding with that, about that career. And I wish to develop my skills in leadership and networking, because to me, those would be the best, valuable or most valuable in that field. So my research and project, so I had 2 plans. One was to create a digital model, a 3D model, as you can see there, of a engine, but that's way too complex. And it wasn't about complexity that I couldn't do it, it was just I couldn't find the right software to do it. And plan B was to assemble a physical model using a kit that you see right there. However, when I bought the kit, I tried to assemble it, but the build quality was just, say, poor, and I didn't want to roll the dice on another kit. So what I'm going to do is just display the different components of an engine. And then in my research, I learned more about the process of how vehicles operate and how profitable they can be. I experienced what makes me happy and what I want to do in the future. So to add on to that, so what I'm going to go over is that just the different components. So we have one, that's the alternator, that's this piece of metal right here. That generates electricity for the engine while it is on. It powers the car's electrical systems, the door locks, the radio, all that, and then provides charge to the main battery, so it doesn't die when you're doing 80 on the highway. And then the fuel injection system, that's this component here, I believe, and then that provides proper amounts of fuel to the engine at the right time. The car's engine computer, ECU, ensures that there's efficient combustion, great performance, and low emissions. And then the crankshaft, that's that part right there on in the red box, that rotates the pistons up and down in a motion, in a rotational like motion, so that, which in turn drives the wheels of the car, gets it moving. And then the pistons, I believe, are these parts. It's just, yeah, that's the pistons, and then those move up and down in the engine block cylinders. Once air and fuel ignite, pushes the pistons downward, which causes mechanical energy. And then the engine block, it's this big piece right here. This is what I like to call the head of the car dragon, as all the crucial components are situated there. The engine's oil and coolant passes through to cool and lubricate the engine. And then my ELO site. So like I said earlier, the workplace I interned at was Pape Subaru on Broadway. I interned there for 4 months learning how dealerships operate, operate, gaining deeper insight into the auto industry. I shadowed the porters, which are the people when you take your car in the drive, like they have the garage door that you go in through, and that they welcome you, and then they, like usually you'll have an appointment scheduled, and then they can fill air, put air in your tires, maybe take your car to put gas in it, and then what they do is they'll take the cars and they'll take them to, like they'll move them around in the lot so that when it's time to change the oil, maybe do a repair, they'll move them into the garage where the technicians work, and then they'll move them back in the parking lot, and they'll be ready for you when you come back to take them. And then parts department, they just order parts for the technicians, and then for customers like mirrors, maybe new wiper blades, all that sort of business. And then recon department, which is detailers, they just they clean your cars, and then like if you have a trade-in, they'll clean them up for the next customer, or if you just bought a new car, they'll clean them up for you. So interning at PAPE has only furthered my interest by learning just how important vehicles really are to consumers. Like you have the manufacturer who builds the cars, assembles them, consumers, which could be all of us, who buys the cars, but then you have the middleman who who just works as as a middleman. They're the one who sells you the cars. They're the ones who generate profit from the manufacturer, and then seeing how how profitable they are cars, they can show how, or they are able to be successful in the auto industry. And then being an auto engineer requires great leadership, communication, which I believe I have, along with my technical skills that the job requires. So for my interview, when I did my interview, I interviewed Grace Treblecock, who's related to Mr. Treblecock. She is his niece. And then her title is a mechanical design engineer, designs the cars and then prepares them to be built. And the company she works for is Honda. That's one of their cars right there. What surprised me the most from my interview was that when she said that an auto engineer's biggest competitor was themselves, I didn't understand that at first, but later she explained that being in the industry, you have your rival brands like Toyota and Nissan, but also you're competing with yourself to prove that you can make the best car you possibly can, and challenging yourself to rise up to the occasion when your number is called. Reflection. I didn't face many challenges in my ELO. However, one I did face was just, it took a little while to find someone who was willing to offer me an internship, but after that, it was smooth sailing. What worked well was easily finding my footing at PAPE, as they welcomed me like one of theirs. They were good communicators. So who I'd like to thank? I'd like to thank Miss Carlisle. She had a huge impact during my ELO. She got me the internship at PAPE. And I'd also like to thank Vinny Shaw, who is a manager at Pape Subaru. He was the one who offered me the internship when it looked like no one else would. Lastly, I want to thank Grace for doing the interview with me and sharing her knowledge with me. I believe learning with this model, this way of gaining experience and knowledge allowed me to understand what I was studying better and see more possibilities. Conclusion. My plans for the future are to go to college and earn my master's degree in mechanical engineering. Being an intern at Pape Subaru has only deepened my interest in becoming a member in the auto industry. I have no regrets taking this ELO, and if I had the chance, I would do it again. And that's it.
I'm curious, what piece or what side of the auto industry would you particularly like to have a career in, like the mechanical side or
That's a good question.
working at the actual dealership?
I would like to become a mechanical engineer, design the cars, and then have them built in the factory line.
Cool, that's really cool.
I have a question, but just a comment. I think it's really impressive, like how much you put into this is very detailed.
Yeah.
And I just think that's awesome, and you're not like, woo, 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 but you can see the enthusiasm.
Yes.
Like, and you can hear it, just by like the detail you put into it, which I think is really great. You did a good job.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I was also gonna say you're really educated
Yeah.
on this topic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have one more question, sorry. I'm curious, what brand of car do you find to be your go-to or where you're at now with what you have, like research and what education you have now? What would you say is like the best?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I really like General Motors cars.
Yeah.
My family, we grew up with them. We own plenty. I do like Ford.
Mhm.
They're also a good company. And then you have Chrysler, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram.
Yeah.
I do like those brands, those American manufacturers.
Mhm.
They're just, to me, my preference.
Yeah.
If I had to choose, I might work at General Motors.
Yeah.
If I had to choose. And I hope I could, but being an engineer at any company or any manufacturer would be an honor.
Yeah, my grandfather worked at General Motors, so I love to hear that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's nice. Any other questions?
Do you know, like, I know you're planning to go to college to study engineering. How do you specialize in, like, auto engineering? Do you do that after you graduate, or can you do it while you're studying?
I believe you'll have your mechanical engineering bill, that process, but also they might offer you internships
Okay.
at the manufacturers to, help you gain knowledge. I'm not sure if universities have like a program for just engineering, but they might offer you they might help you get internships at manufacturers or companies to help you
Specialize in that, makes sense.
specialize.
Do you know how long you have to go to college to do that and then go into the place?
So you'll need a 4-year degree in mechanical engineering for just your bachelor's, but to get your master's, you'll probably need to do another 2 years of grad school. So that's 6 years in total. And then to become part of the ABET, the accreditation Bachelor's of Engineering Technicians, you'll need to pass a test to become licensed as an engineer.
Does the 6 years of school not bother you?
Well,
I get it.
I'm really passionate and I get it, but
So I went to school for 13 years, so 6 more years, like
To do what you wanna do?
it's seems
Sometimes
worth
it changes too when you're studying only what you want to be
Right.
studying.
Yeah.
I get that.
I'll get it. That's like it's almost a quarter of your life. learning. But to me, to get to like accomplish my dreams seems like a worthy trade.
Nice job.
Hi, I'm Savannah. I'm in 11th grade. What inspired me to pursue my ELO was my passion to become a CNA and to experience what it's like to work with the elderly. Skills I wanted to adapt for my ELO were adaptability and positive attitude. My project details. For my project, I designed a game for the residents at Pinnacle where I volunteered for the past 3 months. The game I made was a board game. I named it Colorland. I designed like mini cards that told you like what to do and how to play. I told you like how many spaces to move and everything. I chose to do this because the residents like to play games, especially like bingo, and they would play with me on Mondays after I do exercises. That inspired me to make a game for them. Knowledge and skills I learned. The knowledge I learned about my residents is a lot of them don't have families that would like visit them or like even families that were like alive. And so I would spend a lot of time just hanging out with them, and I learned a lot about their personalities. One skill that I learned was adaptability. I had to like adapt to the different residents and their different personalities and their like moods. Another skill I learned was positive attitude. Most of the residents really needed to see just like a smile on your face, and like no matter what you were going through in life, you still had to like fake it till you make it for them because they really needed to like see it. My experience job shadowing. I job shadowed at Pinnacle Health and Rehab. I worked with Ariel Leland. She was a CNA and the activities director. After job shadowing for 3 months, I wanted to become a CNA more than I ever have. It's my goal after high school. I feel like my values and my skills really align with this field. 3 big skills you need is adaptability, communication, and time management. That's Ariel in the corner. Reflection. One challenge I faced was some of the residents didn't have families, and it made me like sad and I felt bad, but I couldn't like show them that I felt bad. Another challenge I faced was I had to go over winter break both Mondays to like present my game and play it for them. And I played it with the memory care unit, so a lot of them had like dementia, so it was like nice for their attention spans and for them to like just like get out and socialize. It worked well. My whole experience at Pinnacle, I really liked like getting out in the field and like just like it was really fun. I grew connections with a lot of the residents. I also figured out if this was the career I wanted to pursue, which it really is. Conclusion. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity that I got to work with Ariel and for Ms. Carla for helping me like find this job, and it was very fun. Ariel was always there for the residents and their needs and whatever they needed, which was good to see because a lot of nursing homes, like, they pretend that they care, but, like, they don't really care, and, like, going in there and, like, seeing that they care, like, it meant a lot, and it made me feel good. And it really helped me figure out if this is what I wanted to do after high school. That's it. Does anyone have any questions?
Mine's not really a question, more of a comment. I feel like you really like figured it out. Like being a CNA is not doing the tasks and like, but like really just being there for them on like having empathy for them, and like that's like totally what you got out of it, which I think you did a good job.
It's a comment, but I really like how you made the game inclusive, especially for the people with dementia.
Yeah.
What are the requirements to become a CNA?
There are a lot of requirements, but like you need to work, especially Maine. Maine is one of the highest states. Like you need a certain amount of hours like in the field, and you need a certificate from the state just to like work with them. But there are a lot of opportunities to do that, especially being in GAMG, and like with this opportunity for me to go into like free programs after high school, or even like within my senior year, there are opportunities I could take to like help me become a CNA.
Do you have to be 18 to be a CNA?
No, I could
No.
go become a CNA right now if I had the money to like do it.
Sure.
Do you have any plans to stay connected with Pinnacle and Ariel? And those
Ariel
folks?
left. That's why I had to go over winter break. It was her last 2 weeks.
Oh,
And that was like that was a challenge.
Is there any opportunity to like stay with them?
There could have been, but like I really liked Ariel,
Yeah.
and like I had an opportunity to help them decide who was going to be the new activities director,
Oh, nice.
which was pretty cool.
Oh,
Anything else?
I would love to say that I think like the combination of the activities and the CNA for you is ideal. Like this game that you created and how you just connected with the residents so well. I think you should just think about that too, because that's an opportunity for growth, not just having your CNA certificate, but also like being able to be like in the administration. I could see that in your future too.
I liked how she was like both. She was a CNA, but she was also the activities director.
Totally see that for you.
Well, thank you.
I think, Zuzu, are you up next? Can you share your slides with me? Did you? You turned them in? Okay. We can go to that. I'm gonna hand staff on this side and staff you can pass them around. This is Zuzu's project.
Okay, for my ELO, I did a cooking and baking exhibition. So what inspired me to do this ELO is I've always really enjoyed cooking and baking. I've done it my whole life. And I really just wanted to be able to learn more in the kitchen and have more experience. The skills I want to improve were just being able to cook more and differently than how I had been for most of my life. And after my first few days there, I realized I really could do that because they utilized different ingredients that I hadn't used in ways I hadn't used. So for my research project, I created a small cookbook with 6 little recipes that I've been making my whole life. 2 of the recipes I'd already had written down and I make all the time, so I just added those in there. But with the other ones, I remade them and I changed some stuff, so they were exactly how I liked. The reason I chose this project is just because I love cooking and I love art too, so it kind of seemed like a really good medium. A tip or a fun fact, my dad has been making pizza from scratch for over 10 years, and my mom makes all her bread. So they have given me a lot of tips with like bread and creating dough and stuff. So there's a breadstick recipe. My best skills gained were being able to look through my kitchen and like see the ingredients and see what I thought would work. Also cooking recipes, like for the purpose of developing it and having it taste good, was really different. I had a different perspective than just cooking, so that was really cool and I like that. And figuring out what I wanted in recipes to use each I wish I had more access to more ingredients. Like I was talking to Miss Carlisle about this. Like I think it'd be cool to like, if somehow I had access to all the ingredients in like a grocery store, I'd really want to like look through there and see what I could use. And while I had a really good time like experimenting on recipes, I found that I really just enjoyed like cooking new ones that I hadn't cooked before, and I think I'd want to wait like a long time before I did something like this again. So for my ELO, I interned at the Whole Almond, which is a gluten-free and vegan bakery, and my whole life I've been eating like dairy, meat, and gluten, so this was really new to me. While I was there, I worked with Miranda McGowan, who I love her. She was often experimenting with different ingredients herself, and she a lot of the time would like ask me my opinion and my like advice on things, which I really liked. And I learned like weird little stuff about that type of baking, like how it's really hard to overmix gluten-free flour, which is the opposite of flour with gluten. You can really easily overmix it. My 2 biggest takeaways were that from doing both. When I started this year, I wanted to just improve my cooking skills, and I didn't think I had very much interest in culinary arts. But when I interned there, we were working in like a really big kitchen with a lot of different like restaurants and food sellers, and being able to like talk to other cooks and like see how they work really like it made me crave that experience. And like even like washing dishes there, I was like, oh, I really enjoy like just doing that there. So it was something I now crave. I don't think I'm really interested in like exclusively cooking vegan or gluten-free though, because I just love the food I've always been cooking. So, but I think I'd be a lot more willing to cook like that than I was 5 months ago. So some challenges and successes. I was able to use tips from my family so that I didn't have to do any of my own research, and I could just use the ingredients in my kitchen and experimentation. And at no point did I try something and it was like terrible. So like any of the stuff I used could have worked, which I liked. But I do wish I had more time and resources so that I could have used more unique recipes and ingredients. And while I think I'm a good cook, I have very basic cooking skills. So again, I just want to be able to like cook more and provide like more unique and interesting recipes. So in conclusion, last year I didn't even want to go to college. Since then, a family member convinced me to go to SMCC and told me I should study business just to do it. And I've been told since then that they have a really good culinary division and that I've become a lot more interested in that. So thank you to Miranda at the Whole Almond and Ms. Carlisle for being able to provide me with this. Yeah.
Is that you and the little pictures?
Yeah, that's me and my mom.
And
And
the
those,
other one?
those were like my favorite cupcakes. I'd always make those for my birthday. So that's an old picture of the cupcakes, but
But that's you, Zoe?
Yeah.
And then the other picture was you too?
yeah.
Are
Oh
all
my
the photos
gosh.
things you made?
Yeah, that was,
Love it.
yeah.
Those cinnamon buns look unreal.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
I really like this book. It's very well put together.
Thank you. Yeah.
I was gonna say the mini cookbook is super cute,
So
and
cute.
I'd love you to email me one then, cause I
Yeah,
gave mine
you
away. But, I'm glad you came to the conclusion about culinary, because I was just, as you're going through it, I'm like, oh, when she comes in, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Yeah.
awesome, yeah,
Yeah.
very cool.
You need to team up with Destiny.
I was thinking that.
Do you feel like when you're really consistent with like your favorite things to make, are you able to just like eye it for people?
Oh, yeah, I was like, I had, with the mac and cheese, actually, that was one of the ones that I said I had written down already, but I had to go back and figure out all the measurements, because I've never measured that recipe in my life, so.
I'm gonna make that like tonight.
Suzu, I think too, you're also one of these like super independents where you just came up with your idea and you just went with it, and I see you doing a little bit and then the next day you come in with this. So it's amazing. I think it's gonna serve you really well in college too, to be able to just like self-motivate and do this stuff without someone kind of pushing you along. So did you share your stuff?
Oh, I'm next.
You're next.
Yeah, I
You're
shared with
next.
you.
Okay, so, my email or are they on classroom? Are they in classroom or in?
I did the share button and I shared it with
Can you,
Tyler.
Yeah.
can you email me one?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Here, I'll make another, I'll bring it to you.
Yeah. You know me. You know me.
Okay, we're good.
Alrighty. Hello, everybody. My name is Caleb, and my project is the Playbook Initiative. I did that part. I wanted to pursue this ELO because I thought it was fun and interesting, and it was an opportunity given to me by my JMG teacher, the Playbook Initiative, that is at least. And just I wanted to use this to gain skills for myself for life after high school, so I can move on and present myself better as an adult in this world. Skills I wanted to improve on is my communication and my leadership as a person, and that's something that I'm definitely getting from this Playbook Initiative thing, which I'll touch base on in this next slide. Alrighty. For my project, for my ELO, is I spoke in front of my freshman JMG class about a playbook scenario, which was, well, let me explain what it is first. I'm getting ahead of myself. Playbook Initiative is a youth leadership program led by the Boston Celtics, and Project 351 focused on anti-discrimination and building inclusive school environments by training high school students to train middle schoolers and challenging them on bias and racism and, you know, the fun stuff. And so what I did is there's this playbook that my JMG teacher gave me. I actually have it in my bag. I can pass it around. You guys can look at it. Relatively, it's just scenarios about, you know, if you were to do this or if this were to happen to you, you know, what would you do in this situation? What would you do to, like, you know?
I'm Joey Kamba, South Portland High School, and I'll be talking about SipSafe. SipSafe is a smart water bottle that lights up at the bottom to remind you to drink water when it notices you haven't been drinking enough water throughout the day. Target customer, Jim Parker. He's a college student studying sports science. He likes to exercise. He works at the local gym, making around $25,000-$30,000 a year. Doesn't make too much, cause he's a college student. Why Jim Parker likes SipSafe is because he knows the importance of staying hydrated and drinking water throughout the day. Cause you can tell he's pretty jacked. And yeah, he knows the importance of taking care of your body and drinking water. Price and promotion. For my water bottle, I'm a small company, so I'm starting off slow. So the way I wanna my price strategy, how I wanna attract customers. I'm gonna keep my price very like minimal, not too expensive, not too cheap. $37.99. I want to get customers, and then when I got a few loyal fan bases, I'll raise my price with my quality too. How I'll promote SipSafe, I'll put it in gyms, like Planet Fitness has a water bottle, like a fridge that has bottles and stuff. So I'll put it in gyms, college pop-up shops. There's a lot of students that walk by every day. College pop-up shops, I would try to promote it. Student athletes, cause people follow trends. So college athletes, promote it. Cool people like stuff that are cool. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, promotion, price and promotion. For competitors, I got a couple competitors, but not too much. First off, I got Water H. It's a good company, good installation, long life battery. It's pretty much like SipSafe, but just more expensive. So they're located in Toronto, Canada. I think their bottles are around $69.99. I mean, that sounds pretty expensive for a water bottle. But and then I have Water H. Now this is personally, I can't lie, I like this water bottle too, but it's $109.
It's too much.
I don't think nobody's doing that. Plus, it's very small, but they have good quality in their water bottles. Good installation, it keeps their water cold for a very long time. Hydrate Sparked, 21 ounce. This one is pretty popular. It's good, fair price, and like it has good battery life. This one, I can't lie, it's not bad. But yeah. Understand the branding. So for my logo, honestly, it started off bad, but I got Mr. Carlisle's help here. He helped me. So this was my first logo. I had it Yeah, I think to me it was like it was good too, but it looked pretty basic. Not a lot of life. But this was my second logo. I changed it to Sip Safe. It sounds like Sip Saf, but it's Sip Safe. Miss Carlisle told me to add the
The long
the
end.
long A. So it's Sip Safe. I stretched the A to make it long. Right here, I had a R. I changed it to a TM. Mr. Carlisle told me to do that. I gave it a little bit of color just to make it look cooler. People like cool stuff. It's a logo, so I'm trying to attract off the look. Yeah. My variable and fixed cost. My fixed cost is what it's gonna take to basically make my business. So my storage is gonna be $200. I'm not gonna go too big. I'm still a small business. To make a website, around $60. Insurance, marketing, $100. That's where I wanna spend a little money on that because that's how you get your customers. Insurance, $50. Phone and internet, $50. My total will be $460 for my fixed cost. My variable cost, it'll be $16 to make a bottle, $2 for shipping, $2 for packaging. So my total for variable cost will be $20. My revenue and profit, I want to sell a bottle for $38. And I want to do 65 bottles monthly sales. So my monthly revenue, if I do that, will be $2,470. To get my profit, yeah, that would be my monthly profit.
You got it.
That's right. Let me go to my break-even point, ROI. So my total fixed cost is $460. And I sell a bottle for $38, and it cost me $20 to make it. So I'll be making $18 profit. So for my ROI, the equation is profit divided by total cost. So my profit is $760. Total cost $1,760 equals that. My percentage is 43. So this number right here will be the total if I produce 65 bottles a month. Thank you for listening. Wasn't the best, and I want to also thank my mentor, Mr. Carlisle, for giving me feedback throughout the project. He gave me a lot of advice, and I appreciate that. Thank you to Ms. Carlisle too. Yeah, remember, stay hydrated. Any questions?
I'm curious, like, why did you decide this product? What made you want to sell or produce something like this?
Honestly, it was just like, I like to stay hydrated. Who doesn't like to drink water, you know? So
It's something you'd want to buy, probably, right? Yeah.
And people often just forget to stay hydrated, drinking like juices and stuff and other unhealthy stuff. But yeah, I think it's important to drink water. I think everybody knows that too.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So the three bottles that you had up there, those are real products?
What do you mean? Like, oh yeah, those are
I've
real
never
company
even
products.
seen this
Yeah.
thing. As soon as you put it up, she was like, I'd buy that.
Yep.
Take some pre-orders.
I didn't realize that was a thing. You did a good job too. I feel like we're on Shark Tank.
I know,
You
just
just
I know.
yeah.
I know.
I'm
Yeah.
down.
Any more questions?
Are you gonna do multiple sizes in the future?
What?
Are you gonna do like multiple sizes of the water balls in the future, smaller or larger?
Yeah. I definitely give people some options.
How often does the light go off to remind you to drink?
Like when it notices you haven't drinking water in like every 2 hours, it notifies you. It pops up. It blinks like.
See, you guys know that custom.
Yeah.
What type of material is the water bottle made out of?
That's a good question. Because it's made of good expensive insulation in the inside, and then the outside is like a water bottle. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
Like stainless steel.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
You did a great job, Joelle.
Great job.
Anna.
Hi everybody.
Hold on 1 second. All right, guys, let's be quiet, okay, so we can hear. And this room is horrible with acoustics, so you kind of have to speak louder than you normally do, okay?
Hi guys. My name is Anna Sebastian and I'm senior at high school, at South Berlin High School. And I'm here today to present my business idea, Boost Bites. So, Boost Bites are healthy energy snacks made with natural ingredients like oats, nuts, and dark chocolate. It helps students stay awake and energized, focused during long classes or study sections without too many sugars. For my target customer, Zoe is my target customer. She's a busy college student. She has classes, work, and she has an active lifestyle. So she cares about eating healthy, but she doesn't always have time to cook because of her busy schedule. So she needs something quick and easy. And Boost Bites helps her with that, giving her energy and helps her stay focused whether she's studying or working out. My pricing strategy is a premium pricing, high price and high quality. I want to sell my product for $3 per bars and $9 for a package of 4. And I will promote my product using social medias like Instagram and TikTok, and I will also use like student influencers to help me promote my product. And I will also post some posters on campus, college campus, and I will try to give free samples to students to try and receive some feedbacks also. For my logo, this was my original version, but I received some feedback of people and they say the bright colors doesn't make it look healthy. It kind of gives like a chemical and artificial product. And a lot of people say that it looks like energy drinks and not a snack. And not a healthy snack. So this is my new logo. And I really think this one is better than this one. I think this looks more unique and yeah. For my, I looked for like some brands, like famous brands, and these are my potential competitors. I have Kind, Cliff Bar, and RX Bar. They are pretty well known and really respected brand. They offer men's snacks, options, and
they're easy to find almost everywhere, but some of them are really expensive. Like this one is really expensive, and a lot of people say that they are too dense and they are hard to eat because of their texture. And these two, like kind and crisp bars, they contain a lot of sugar and a lot of calories. And their branding is like more, it's not like youth-friendly brand, it's more like adult brand. And yeah. My product my product avoids high calories and excess of sugar. It's easier to eat and it's more affordable and it's more youth friendly. It's more for young people like college students and high school students. For my financial strategy, my fixed cost, the total is $1,200. I have like business permit, cooking equipment, websites, market, insurance, and future rental. And for my variable cost, each bar costs only 9 cents to make. And for my break-even point, I have to sell like 572 bars, and I will sell them by $3, and which will give me a revenue of 3,000, and my profit will be 900, and my ROA will be 42% with a profit margin of 40%. I want to say thank you, especially to Miss Dahi, for everything she told me, for the feedbacks, and also to my teacher for the help and guidance. Thank you so much for your time. Any questions?
Anna, do you want to explain how you came up with this idea? Because you had a bunch of different ideas at the beginning.
I would say it's because of me, because I'm always tired at school and I always sleep on my classes. So I think it would be great to have something to give me energy and help other people with the same situation as me.
Anna, I was really interested in how you figured out the cost of your product. Was that something that you worked on with Ms. Darlene?
No, with the teacher.
Was that hard to figure out?
Not really, because she was helping me.
Okay. Yeah. She's good at that.
Mine's not a question. I like your marketing strategy of like giving out the free samples during exam week. I think that's great because at college or like high school, you guys have a busy week. Super tired, so why not, right? Market it and it really works for them, and then I think that's great.
And I really like how you transformed your logo.
Yeah.
So like you had that, you gathered some feedback, and I really liked your second logo. It was great.
Any other questions?
I don't have a question, just to appreciate and to stand here and explaining. It was really good. And yeah, just a question, what did you learn from this project? Anything that you learned?
The thing I learned is that it's hard to come up with this kind of idea because you have to figure out like what things it like solve, and yeah, it's just hard. Thank you.
Great job.
I know. Nice job. This is my fear.
Alright, so I'm Hunter Locke. I'm a senior, South Portland. I did locks, HVAC, solar powered heat pumps. We provide an HVAC installation service for solar powered heat pumps. My target customer is Joe. He's age 36. He's making 120K a year. He's kind of like the ideal customer. He's a stockbroker. He lives with his wife and his 2 kids in Austin, Texas. He really cares about the upkeep of his house. My company will take care of him. He makes a good amount of money, but he also likes saving his money. Pretty sure everyone does. But also, he chose my company because of our 3-year free service deal. He also wants to save money in the long run by using green energy. My price and promotion, we'll be selling each unit at $12,000. We'll also add on the 3-year free service on all heat pumps. We'll be using the penetration pricing strategy and offering a starting competitive price with the service to gain customers and build our business. Our company slogan is "Why waste money when you can go green?" I just thought that was a kind of good slogan to have. But we'll get the word out through Facebook Marketplace because a lot of people have Facebook and they're like 30s. But we'll also put flyers around the neighborhood in the Austin community. My branding and logo. This is my old logo. I didn't really like it because it just feels too dark and it doesn't really fit an HVAC company. And then this is my new logo. I like it because my last name is Lock, so I had the lock on top, and then plants in the sun around it for solar power. It appeals to families, reminding people that they can get energy through the sun. My competitive analysis, I did Days World, Mac Air Pro, and Coastal HVAC. Days World is reliable. It's a 4.9 star on Yelp. It's priced pretty high though, because they're a pretty big company. No deals or service contracts. Mac Air Pro is a small, locally owned, reliable 4.9 star on Yelp, but they have high prices, and then they only do like one type of like product too. So like it's a high price company. Coastal HVAC is a reliable 5-star on Yelp. They have local techs and they're trusted, but they have high prices because they install everything. They don't focus on one thing, so they're pretty pricey. And I know how much they're priced because my grandmother went to that company. But only focus on traditional systems, which we don't. And we're lowering prices with a service agreement, and it sells new green technology systems. My financial strategy, for my fixed expenses, I bought 1 truck and 1 van for $31,000. The tools all add up to $10,000. I just asked the guys I work with how much they spent on tools, and that number was pretty high. But the insurance is $750. My office is $6,500. Licensing and legal, so everything's legal with my company, so it's not like we're doing it illegally. But $2,500. My total fix was $52,250, and monthly it's $4,354. My variable expenses, my inventory was $9,000 per unit. We bought 100 units, so the total variable was $900,000. The financial strategy continued. If we sell 100 units at $12,000, it will equal $1.2 million. Total annual expenses is $952,250. Our profit was $247,750. So the break-even cost is if you do 52,250 divided by 12,000 minus 900, it's 18 units to break even. So our return on investment is 25%, so we're making 25 cents per unit we sell. So my profit margin was $247,750 divided by 1.2 mil. We did 20%. And my conclusion was, thank you, Miss and Mr. Carlisle, for helping me and giving me ideas about business and what I should add to be more successful. Because Mr. Carlisle did give me the idea to do that service fee, so that more people will be interested on that. So I thought it was a pretty cool thing to add. But does anyone have any questions?
I have a comment and a question. My comment is that I thought you did a great job with the research, and I know that you're personally interested in it, but it comes out in the presentation because you've gone really deep with a lot of the information. My question is, did you buy your vehicles from Jerry?
I'm just pretty cheap.
You're not going to answer the question then, Jerry?
I mean, I just kind of asked my boss what the prices are around. I mean,
He would have given you a better price.
It's only 5,000, bro.
Trucks are around like kind of anywhere from like 22,000. That's what our trucks are getting. Our vans are like 9 at work. So I just said kind of around there, like 31.
Your business is more complicated in terms of the cost than
Yeah.
some of the other ones, for sure.
Yeah.
Ethan, did you have a question?
Yeah, are you like a one-man show, or are you gonna hire employees?
Right now, I'm a one-man show. That's why we didn't do many units, but I kind of like, if I ever do this in real life, I definitely have people working with me because it's not easy work.
He's like, can I jump on board?
Good job.
Great job.
Nice job.
Hi, my name is Aisha Silva, and I'm senior at South Florida High School. And my project is for managing. It's a smart business management service. So, my project is a small to medium business owners organizing their business by providing management support, handling schedules, coordinating employees, budgets, and tracking projects. The project minimizes stress, saves time, efficiency, organization, and offers productive. And my target audience is to small business that have ages 25 to 50 is like average, and looking for affordable management support to entrepreneurs that are busy or want to start a new business without any cash. So this is my target customer. She's 34 years old. She born in Chicago, and she born a family that have so high education, academics. She developed a deep love for mathematics and management. Be the best in her course, and things. She graduated from college with a bachelor with science degree. I know that MBA. She feels perfect to my project because she's seeks all efficiencies, strategic planning, and constant improvement in herself and encouragement. And when she's not in business, she likes to read books and read about leadership and attend management conference about management and taking care of her dog, doing something fun with the dog. And my price and promotion, so I have two packs. I have the basic that is $29 per month, and premium is $99. I have penetration prices for best choice and high quality and low price. I put penetration price because I want to start like a low price and then increase the price. I have low price to have more customers and have more be affordable to everyone. And I will promote my project by ads and by social media. So I have website and mobile app for access anytime, for help and yeah, I don't know. So partnership with co-working space, private business incorporated, and local chambers for commerce. So my logo, they look like the same, pretty good, but I changed for adding my order name and some roots that I say some names like that, and vision, resilience, efficiency, and the other one I don't remember. So I have a slogan that simplify, organize, and grow. So my brand underly is the tree that represent the goal of the business. The root represent the foundation, like the base and how it's building. And the colors suggest like versatility and seasons. So my competitors, I found MBCG his main business. I forgot the CJ. They are experienced consultants and performs a wide variety of service, strong reputation, and one weakness is that they service are expensive and less personalized for every service. I've scored main that have large network of volunteers and provides many web-based and in-person workshops. They're extremely affordable and weakness that mentors are volunteers and not specialized on the service. And have think tech, they have good community, has workspace plus coaching together, popular among startup and freelancers, but they are split focus and no deep training. And my project XL, it helps organize tax and deadlines, specialized service for clients. It helps the project on track and efficient, and provides more affordable cost service for startup business. So my financial strategy, my fixed cost is $2,000 per year, like computer and website. My variable costs are $4,064 per year, like Wi-Fi, office, and marketing. My break-even would be 9 customers to cover all costs, and my revenue for annual would be $38,000 for 25 customers, and for each pack it would be $7,025 and $2,024,000, and my rate would be $478. It would be high because my price they're like low, so my rate would be higher, and my profit is a little bit high, so it's $31,700, and my profit margin would be 82 and 71%. So I want to conclude my project by saying thank you for being here, and thank you for my mentor, Dylan, for supporting me and mentoring me with the project. Any questions?
Aisha, is this something you think you might want to do, be like a consultant for businesses?
Yeah, so my work right now, I'm a manager on a store, so it's like something I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll do like later and more specialized. Yeah.
What kind of businesses would you prefer to consult with, like to help?
I think every business.
Any, like it wouldn't matter, like
Yeah,
you wouldn't have a
yeah.
specific field?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Would the, is this like you meet with them once and get them all set up, or do you do like monthly consulting with them?
Yeah, do one-on-one specialized service for more specialized and yeah, service.
I really loved your logo.
Thank you.
I really thought that was exceptional and kind of captured the type of business you were really talking about, so that was cool.
Thank you. Any questions? Thank you.
Great job.
Jerry.
Watch your step.
Hello, my name is Jeremiah Manuel. I'm a senior at South Florida High School, and today I'll be presenting my business, which is called Jerry's Dealer. You know, gotta get my name up there. So I have a dealership that is designed for teenagers that can't afford a car. I know Hunter won't be related to that because he got enough money to get a 31,000 truck. And also, I help teenagers getting a job, or if they work in a community, I could help them to afford a car, you know. This is my target customer. His name is Jones. He's 20 years old. He's from Angola. He speaks 4 languages like Portuguese, Spanish, Lingala, and English. He finished high school, and he's currently a junior in college. He's an honorable student. and he needs transportation to school and to his part-time job to afford tuition and basic needs. He's a very respectful young man, and elders like him at the community of South Poland because he helps a lot. And also, we'll be helping him on a good pricing range to buy a car, and he can trust us because we also are young like him, and yeah. This is our price and promotions. Our car prices ranges from $4,000 to $8,000 for really good quality cars. We offer economy pricing, high car quality, and a trusting company. Like I said, a trusting company, and we are a very friendly company, so we could have anybody over. And also, we have an extra discount for South Poland residents. And if you also help in the community, like I said, you also be getting a discount. And other way that we promote our company is by distributing flyers to school, colleges, and anywhere. Also, what we do, because we're trying to make our company look pretty cool, we go to car shows and we talk to teenagers that are like interested in buying cars, or like they think like the car world is like amazing. And also, if you like refer a company and if you get us a customer, we will be offering you a $50 gift card, and that would be great. Our branding, I'm not very creative, so I kind of like used AI on both, but you know, this is my old version. It like doesn't look too convincing like as a dealership, so it does not look business-like. It looks like a fun background or something, and I didn't put a lot of effort in that. And on this one, I got help from Mr. Carly. It's just my name on it, and also I'll be making a couple stickers. If you buy a car, you will have to have a sticker with my name on the back to promote my company. And I also think that looks pretty cool. So these are our competitors. This is CarMax. It's like all over North America. They use a fixed, no waging pricing model, so they're pretty serious about their stuff. Like I said, they're a pretty large company, and their process is way easier, but their prices are kind of higher. The prices are kind of higher, and they don't have negotiations at all. So some people could like buy a car without even driving it, and you won't know what's wrong with the car. And Jay-Z Auto Sales is right here in South Poland. They are a pretty responsible dealership. They take good care of customers, and they are pretty they friendly, and they have a wide selection of cars. So they have like pretty luxurious used cars, so it's kind of expensive. So, and also their cars normally have so many issues because they get for such a low price, and the cars are like, you know, high quality. And Pape is also in South Poland. They are a family-owned Subaru dealership. They sound like they are like old people, but they have knowledge. They know what they're doing. But like one thing that's not very good about the company is like they give difficulties to make appointments or like to reach out to them. So like they're pretty hard on communication. This is my financial strategy, and this is my fixed cost. So like the rent, utilities, the parking spot that I'll be having, I'll be paying $3,000 a month. The insurance is $500. The maintenance, like cleaning my spa, if it's snowing, to get it plowed, it's all gonna be like $600. And since like my company is not that big yet, I only will be having 2 employees, so they probably will be making $2,000 each a month, which makes up to $4,000 a month. And my marketing, so my marketing will be around $500 because I'll try to like make ads and like get flyers and build stickers and all that. So that's gonna cost a little money. And also computers and internet, that's gonna be all $500. So the total on my fixed cost is gonna be $9,100. And my variable cost is like the inventory. So I have a lot of connection with people. So I would not tell where I buy those cars for $2,500. But yeah, there's somewhere that get really good cars. But sometimes they have problems. So to repair it, it's not like a lot of money. So like to repair a car, I would probably be spending $500 per car. And my variable cost, the total is gonna be $3,000 per car. This is small. There's financial strategy. So the car, the average price of the car is gonna be like $4,000 to $5,000, and to have a revenue of $40,000, I would have to sell 8 cars monthly, which I'll probably sell more. So this, I was gonna make my profit $6,900, but my break-even point, if we're being realistic, I'll have to sell 5 cars a month. And my return on investment should be 21%, and my profit margin is gonna be 17%. And thank you so much, Ms. Carlisle, for helping me and giving me some cool ideas. And yeah, that's it. Does anybody have any questions?
Jeremiah, go back to your financial side, because you asked me this question. I want you to share what you found out. When we were talking about your profit margin, you're like, is that good? Is 17% good? And so we looked it up, and what did you find out?
17% is actually the average for like used cars or like used dealers. So like I think I'm on the right path. Yeah. Any more questions?
I loved your logo.
Thank you.
I loved it. I love the colors. You're not gonna tell us where you're getting your cars?
No, that's my secret. That's my connections right there. Any more questions?
Why did you choose the dealership?
What was that?
Why did you choose dealership?
Oh, it's cause like I'm kind of like the teenager that doesn't have money to afford a car. So probably like if I start making money in the future, I'll make sure I help guys of my age that are desiring to have a car. So I think that's a great idea. Yeah.
Nice.
I just have a comment. I really like your incentives for like helping out other people in the community that you get a discount. I thought that was really kind.
Thank you. Any more questions? All right. Thank you.